Good morning and welcome to Transwest Truck Trailer RV at Frederick. My name is Callie Say and I'm here at Transwest in Horse Trailer Sales. Today we've got a really bright, beautiful, sunny day and we get to highlight this beautiful Cimarron trailer. Don't get too attached to this one, it's already sold, but I wanted to highlight some of the things that this Cimarron 2+1 does really well, and we do have quite a few more on order, so if you like this one, let us know and we can put your name on one of the ones that's coming in. So the cool thing about these 2+1s is almost every video we do of them, it's already on a sold trailer. These trailers are so popular that we usually sell them before they even get here, and a lot of people buy them based off of these videos. So we try and be really thorough and show you guys exactly what kind of changes we've done and highlight some of the benefits of these trailers. So the first thing, this is a 2021 Cimarron Norstar 2+1. This is the last 2021 Cimarron Norstar that we will have here. Going forward, they've all become 2022s, so you'll be looking at a newer model year for those new trailers. Under here, there's some cool little changes that we've seen on this one that maybe haven't been on our other videos. We're starting to mount all of these spare tires up really high. For those of you that have ever had an electric over hydraulic jack like this one here, you have a manual override right here. It's this little red painted valve. Sometimes on older trailers this coating will wear off and it'll become a silver, but this is really important to know. If you ever leave your battery on your trailer with some lights on and you find that your jack is dead when you go to hook up, you can use this handy little mechanism right here. Let me just not toss everything everywhere. And you literally just insert it here and you can hand pump your trailer up and down. This little valve, you pull it out and spin it a quarter of a turn to go up or down. So that's a nice little feature. A lot of people are concerned that if you have an electric over hydraulic, although they're way nicer than a hand crank where you just have to sit there and crank your trailer up and down. At the touch of a button, you can go up and down. It does make people nervous that they might be stranded if they can't get their trailer on their truck. This is a nice little backup in the event that you ever have to do that. And if you're really good about keeping your battery charged up, then you should never have that issue. This battery box here, as you'll notice right here, this is an air ride trailer. We had them throw a sticker in here because the air ride system is now in the battery box. This is something we're trying to do on all of our air ride trailers. You've got your battery disconnect over here. That shuts off power to your trailer. You've got your onboard battery, and this is your air ride system. So you've got a built-in compressor on this trailer, very simple to operate. All you have to do is you've got an on-off switch, a raise and a lower, and this measures your pressure over here. So really simple to use. Most people, when they're loading their horses, even though you have 2 ramps on this trailer, some of the I knew that was going to fall. It's much easier for your horses to step in on a lower trailer. The air ride system actually picks the trailer up 2 to 3 inches. So we want to make it as comfortable for those horses as possible. So you can put your trailer in the lower position to load those animals on and off. Switch it to raise when you're ready to go down the road. It's a really easy system to maintain. The majority of what you're going to have to do is you've got a little pull cord here. You're going to turn your system off, switch it to lower, and then you're going to, you see all that condensation that just came out of there? It's a cold morning here. We don't want that condensation building up in this trailer. So they've got a nice little valve here that'll dump the air, spit out all that condensation so that on a really cold morning, all that built up condensation doesn't freeze and crack your lines. So that's the majority of what your air ride system is going to be composed of for maintenance. So on these 2+1s, the standard front tack room is actually a 4-foot front tack. On a Cimarron 2+1, we actually think that 4 feet is just a little small. So we upgrade all of our 2+1s on the lot here to a 5-foot front tack. It allows us to put a nice boot box here, This is a tall trailer. You've got tons of storage up in the nose. You're 7'7" tall on this trailer. So we really get to take advantage of that. And having this boot box here, it enables you to step up into the nose, go grab things that are maybe at the front without having to grab a step stool or anything like that. It's also got a lot of really nice storage in it. And a nice place to sit down if you just want to go over your show notes or anything like that. Usually we do this boot box all the way across, but we've noticed that a lot of people have been requesting water tanks on these 2+1s. Maybe they're going to shows and they want to bring their own water. They don't want the uncertainty of having to find water on the road. So we did this High Country Plastics big half moon water tank. It fits perfectly right here. It's right next to the door, so you don't have to run your hose out very far. And we're still able to have a really nice big 3/4 boot box on this one with this water tank. On these trailers, a lot of trailers will have those little corner water tanks. There's just not really a great place to put one of those in here. So these half moons, we feel like sacrificing a little bit of boot box space was well worth it in the end. They're really secured in there nice and snug. You've got some good tie downs, and you can bring a lot of water on these trailers. Up in the nose here, you do have some clothes storage. Up above, you've got a clothes rod there. Like I said, you can just stand upright on this, and I can reach most of my clothes without even having to get up in there. There's 2 windows on either side, so if you don't want to turn your lights on, if it's during the day, you're going to get a lot of natural light in here. The sun really bounces off of this white aluminum sheet. So I find that these Cimarrons are really inviting for horses and people to get into. Right here, this is a great angle if you want to throw your saddles and blankets on here too. Another benefit of the boot box. But we've got a 3-tier saddle rack with 3 blanket bars above. I love these recessed posts on these Cimarrons because they're so easy to take out. So say you have just a bunch of show boxes you want to shove in here and you're never going to use these. You can actually just get yourself a little wrench and you can loosen these top bolts and slide these completely out and put them in storage until you're ready to use them. Say you only want one saddle rack and 1 blanket bar in there, easy enough to take in and out. But these are completely adjustable. You can switch up the orientation. You can add more on there if you need to. I know a lot of the people that are using these trailers are writing English, so you don't quite need as much clearance between there for each saddle. So if you do want to throw some additional saddles on here, maybe you're a 3-day eventer and you have quite a few different saddles that you're using, then you have that option on this trailer. We've got this pass-through door right here. Another great thing about these 2+1s is a lot of people use this front stall for additional storage. As you can see, you've got those 2 stud gates right there, which we'll go into a little more detail in a second, but it prevents anything from sliding back into your horse area. So if you want to get yourself some additional hooks, you can strap things down up here, throw hay in here, coolers, and you're not going to have to worry about it sliding back into your horse's legs. So the pass-through door is a really nice little feature. It's like an extension of your tack room. On either side of these doors, we do have this wall carpeted. I'm a big fan of carpeting the whole wall. I think that if you have anything swinging back and forth here, your horses are generally right on the other side of that. Cimarron does their best to make sure that these rides are as quiet for your horses as possible. Nobody wants to listen to a ting, ting, ting or metal against metal going down the road. It's unsightly. It leaves nasty little marks on your pretty aluminum. So by carpeting all behind here, it's going to be a lot quieter and it's going to look a lot cleaner for years to come. This carpet is super easy to clean. It's marine grade, so just a little soap and water will clean it right up. It dries out really fast. It's not like that thick absorbent carpet you have at home. On this door here, you've got a nice little brush box, an additional window. So you can throw all your grab and go items here. You've got some stinky saddle pads. It's really easy to air out that whole tack room as you're driving. So Another really nice little feature. And this trailer, I don't know if you guys can see how pretty it is, but it is just shining. It's beautiful. I love a new Cimarron trailer. Another really cool feature about these Cimarron 2+1s is you have the ability to walk a horse in the trailer and off a ramp. If you don't want to, you do not have to back a horse off this trailer. So it's got a really nice flow. You've got a rear ramp at the end, a side ramp here. It's 60 inches wide and 54 inches tall. So it's got this is with the air raised up right now. So if you were to drop that, you'd get a nice low level ramp here for your horses to get in and out. I have a Cimarron Warmblood right now. It's an older Cimarron. It's in great shape. They hold their resale value really well, and their quality of construction makes them really last. I have this same ramp texture on my trailer now, and it is, oh gosh, at this point it is probably a 13-year-old trailer, and this rubberized mat material has really held up to lots of years of wear and tear. It makes it really grippy for your horses going up and down the ramp. It's just a really nice little safety feature. Got a nice big strap that goes across. So say you have a horse that's just using the box stall up here. You're not going to have to worry about putting the ramp down and having them run out in front of you. This front stall is 8'8" long, and then this back stall over here is 10'3". So you can have 2 box stalls for your horses. We've started putting a tie ring in this front box stall, so if you do want to tie a horse up here, you can. We've got the escape door on this side, so if you're somewhere in a parking lot or something and you want to check on everybody, maybe throw some feed and water, you can come in through this escape door and not have to worry about putting the ramp down and having somebody pull up next to you and not be able to get it down. Just a really nice little feature there. You've got the running board here. This trailer is 6'10" wide, so you're going to be able to see yourself going around corners. We can make these trailers up to 8'4" wide, so if you've got some real monsters that you want to haul, or I've even seen some people that do like a 3+1, that's something that we can do. Cimarron is a custom-built trailer company, and there's nothing we love more than custom building a trailer, because we get to do a lot of fun things that maybe we wouldn't be able to do as an inventory trailer. I think customers have some of the best ideas, and so let us build you something. I think you'll love it. So I really like that these just swing right over. Gives you lots of clearance, so if you're walking these horses through and out, they've got plenty of room to make that turn. As you'll notice, you didn't hear that ting 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 of metal when I open those up. You'll see that they use a high quality plastic for anywhere that there is a metal contact, or at least they do their best to try to do that. A couple reasons they do that. Number one, noise. It's a lot quieter, as you can tell. Number two, metal on metal actually wears faster. So metal on plastic has a longer lifespan than a metal on metal. So there's lots of reasons we do it. You'll notice it on almost everything that Cimarron does, even as simple as right here. You've got these plastic coatings where it would be rubbing against the metal. Everything is just really built to be long-lasting on these Cimarrons. So right here, you've got the straight load stalls over here. We've got this full divider that actually travels. So a lot of you guys have seen on our cattle trailers for a lot of years, we've had those traveling gates. Kind of brought that same technology into these 2+1s, and it has been so popular. I think that hand over hand, we have sold this trailer more times than almost any other trailer that we have. People just love the convertibility of it and how easy it is to use. We've been optioning a lot of them with the feed bags already. Seems like almost everybody is just wanting to add them, so why not just start off the bat with them included in there. They're nice rectangular feed bags, nice and sturdy, so we really like having these just already thrown in here. If you ever needed to make this just a completely open area to travel. Maybe you've got some side-by-sides or four-wheelers that you want to use on the weekend. You can take this piece out pretty easily. This can push over and you can have a nice clear entrance here. All right. So everything moves over pretty easily. What I love about this setup is that on these front chest bars here, if you've got a horse that is a little bit naughty, likes to play with things going down the road, you'll notice that they cannot free themselves and go out and cause some trouble. So we've actually got little, basically child locks on these trailers for your horses that are a little bit naughty. They're really easy to use for a human that has thumbs, but hopefully not for your horse. I haven't had any issues yet, but it just makes it really, really easy to manipulate so that you don't have to worry about having a horse in that stall when you left them in this one over here. On the back, good chance nobody's going to be playing with this one, so it's just really easy to use, no child lock on that one. But they're nice and securely locked into place. If a horse puts some pressure on this, they're not going to go anywhere. If you ever need to, you can completely take these out. They're really simple to use. This is another great example of no metal on metal. You notice on each side of these, you've got the plastic coating. So easy. This trailer is just set up to be used so easily. So this is my favorite feature of these trailers, is that they can just move right over. One person can easily change this into a box stall. This trailer, I'm gonna do this one over here. We're at a little bit of an angle today. Our slope is not that even, so I'm working against gravity here. I like to do the head grill last because it's most likely to kind of break over on you, but basically just get kind of centered on it and you can just walk it right over. So you have attachment points, 5 attachment points right over here, and they just lock right back in just like you did for that center. Just as easy as can be. Especially once you get used to it, this takes no time at all to convert. Think about how the 2+1s have been set up for years, where if you want to make a box stall, you have this big bulky divider that you have to store. It takes 2 people, maybe some swear words, and then you have to find a place to store it. This took me, I don't know, we probably should have timed it, but it wasn't that long to move over by myself. I am not strong, so this is very easy to use. As long as you get kind of centered on it, it just glides over there. You're hinged off the roof, so you're not going to have to worry about getting shavings and sawdust built up in there. It's just a really wonderful, practical solution to something to make everybody's lives a lot easier. Say you're just hauling 2 to a show and you want them to each have a box stall, but you're hauling 3 home. You don't have to worry about storing a divider, taking an additional trailer. You've got the ability to make changes on the fly. So love, love, love this setup. We've got the new OptiBrite style lights here. These lights are LED, so they don't have quite the energy draw that the old lights did. They're quite a bit brighter and they last longer. So we really like them. They bounce off the white, and at nighttime, these trailers are very friendly for your horses to get in. They'll have a very easy time seeing where they're going. So love these new lights. As I mentioned, a rear ramp, and we did it with the wraparound Dutch doors above. So if you wanted to have a little more airflow going through this trailer, I'm going to show you guys how easy these ramps are to pick up. They're just so incredibly light. It's the spring assist, so you don't have to worry about struggling with a big heavy ramp. It's nice and secure with these butterfly latches. And you can run with these Dutch doors open. There's just an immense amount of air that you can get moving through these trailers if you want. You also don't have to worry about back here. If you've got horses loaded that way, you're not going to have to worry about rocks flying up at your horse's faces and still gain a lot of really nice air movement. We've got an awning light over each ramp so that if you're loading at night, those horses can see where they're putting their feet. It's safer for them and it's safer for you. All your controls for your lights are right here on the rear. They're nice and down low, so they're really easy to reach. This trailer's 7'7" tall, but everything is very friendly to operate. This is their new style lights. So if you've seen some of our other trailers, this is their new brake lights that we've got. I think they look pretty slick. Big fan of them. We've got drop downs at the head side on each of the stalls here, as well as bus windows over their hips. You're not going to have an issue with airflow on this trailer. You can really set it up exactly how you want it. You might have to be careful that you don't have too much. So really cool setup for that. One of the things I wanted to highlight on this trailer is another reason that people buy this is this air ride system. So these air ride axles, this is running on two 7K Dexter Airflex axles. So you've got a rubber torsion axle just like everybody else, but then you've got airbags on top of that. And I don't know if Jody can see under here, but let's see here, the easiest way to find them. But essentially, it's a self-leveling kit, so it puts the proper amount of air in. If you stop, if you load a horse on and off, they shift their weight. You'll notice that the compressor will kick on periodically, and that's because it is adjusting to the perfect amount of pressure for those bags for what the weight you have loaded in there. We've done a lot of studies on air ride with our trailers here, and we've found that it's a shame that it is not more affordable of an option and that it is not on every single trailer. For right now, we put it on what we can and what we think will sell, but the amount of stress that a regular rubber torsion axle puts on your animals compared to an air ride is pretty extreme. We have a manager here that he'll show up like a day or so later to shows because he doesn't have to rest their animals. They get nice, clean, tight legs when they get off these trailers. They don't feel the earthquake conditions going down the road that those in a rubber torsion will. These are just, it's like I said, one day, hopefully we'll have the technology on every single trailer and it'll be better for your animals. We talk about cost of ownership a lot here at Transwest. Sometimes the cheapest trailer is, well, most of the time the cheapest trailer is not actually the cheapest trailer. When you factor in vet bills, cost of repairs, overall longevity of your trailer, resale value, the Cimarron wins hands down. So air ride might seem like a costly upgrade, but you have to take all of those other things into account when you're looking at purchasing an air ride trailer. I mean, what is the cost of a chiropractic adjustment, a massage for your horse? Those are things you have to weigh against every time you load your horse in a trailer, taking that out of the equation possibly. So air ride is kind of the thing of the future. We see it on a lot of trailers now, and I hope you'll see it on a lot more going forward. But that's another reason this exact 2+1 setup has been so popular for us, is that air ride system. All right. So like I said, we've got a whole bunch of these air ride 2+1s on order. Say you've got some real monster horses. We've been experimenting with going 7'10" tall, more like our 6-horse head-to-heads. So we've got a couple of those running around out there. We should have one coming, I believe, at the end of summer that has that 7'10" tall. We've also been doing the V-nose on a lot of these trailers. We find that a lot of the people that are using these are not actually sleeping in the nose of their trailer, so they don't have to worry about having that additional storage up there for a bed. So the V-nose we've been experimenting with. It gives you better gas mileage. It allows you to have a tighter turning radius. It looks really cool. So hopefully we'll get one of these in here and not have it shipped somewhere else so that you guys can experience firsthand one of those really tall V-nose 2+1s that we've got. I absolutely adore these 2+1 trailers. Anytime we've got one coming in, they're my favorite to sell, they're my favorite to video. So if you guys have any questions, you want to make some cool modifications to one of the ones we have on order, or you want to put together a completely custom build of one, you can always give me a call. My name is Callie Say. My phone number is 970-309-6368. If you don't want to talk to me, you can text me at that number too. If you guys feel like referencing this number, this one is a sold unit, but sometimes we can build off of the ones that we've already had here if you like. You can go to transwest.com and reference 5N210223. We'll be able to pull up that spec sheet and make whatever modifications you need. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I really appreciate it. I hope everybody has a great day.